Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, Victoria, and today we are going to be talking about acne. Yeah, I know I definitely am like a broken record on here because I always talk about the same things, but I haven't made one of these videos in like 2 years, so we're gonna make one today. We're just gonna kind of go through the acne that I struggled with, you know, some of the products that I used through, you know, the last like 3 years of me dealing with this acne, and just a lot of stuff like that. Yeah, so before we get into the rest of the video, please be sure to like and subscribe as it helps me out very much. And please turn on post notifications so that you guys can get a notification every time I post, which is gonna be more often soon. Let's just get right into the video. Alright, so I have spoken about my acne a lot on here, just because it's something that's very predominant, because it's something that a lot of people notice, because, well, my face is the first thing that people look at, so it's most of the time tends to be the first thing that somebody will notice about me. And especially on here and within the realm of social media, that is something that a lot of people notice because, oh, it's not perfect and people don't like it and this, that, and the other. So today I'm here to talk about it. So I started getting acne around the time I was 14, but it didn't get properly bad until I was about 15 or 16. And to be totally honest, like, it wasn't even really like acne. I would just break out every now and then, and that was it. And then right around the time I started high school, my skin had cleared up a little bit, and then my second year in high school I started breaking out, and that was when things got really bad. I'll see if I have pictures, and if I have pictures I'll put them on the screen. But I had my first really bad breakout when I was in the 10th grade, or my sophomore year of high school. And it was like all around here in my chin area. It was all broken out, which was not very fun. But at this time I didn't really use, like, I wasn't really properly using a proper face wash. I was using this like natural soap. Because my mom is she doesn't like chemicals and like things on your skin, and so I had never really thought to go out and like actually get a proper face wash, just because I had always been so used to using all of this other stuff. So yeah, I didn't start using a proper face wash until it probably maybe a little closer to the summer of that year. But I had tried a lot of different face washes. I used to use the Murad acne wash. I think I'm saying that right, Murad, I don't know. I used to use that acne wash, but I found it was very just drying, and it really dried my skin out, and I know that that's what a lot of them do, but I didn't like it. And then I had gotten the Glossier Milk Jelly Cleanser for Christmas, and I used that until it was done. I didn't really have much to say about that because I didn't really notice anything happening with my skin when I was using that. And then I ended up resorting back to my like natural soap. And then I finally became smart, and I bought a CeraVe cleanser. I think that was the one that I used. I have all my products next to me. I bought this CeraVe acne control cleanser with 2% salicylic acid. This is the only, like, this cleanser worked wonders for me. It was beautiful, it was great, it was amazing. Like, a few weeks into using it, and I had noticed so much of a difference. And like, I know that some people, they're very like on and off about CeraVe, and they don't know if they You know, like some people say that it made their skin a lot worse, other people said it made their skin better. I know people were kind of bouncing around on whether or not it was a good brand, but I find that this cleanser for my skin personally works. Yeah, so I did, I don't know if I still do, but I did have really bad like cystic acne. Anybody who's been watching me for a while, if you go back into my older videos, you can see it a lot. And it was bad. It was painful. I think of it from a standpoint of, yeah, I didn't like how I looked, but it also hurt. It hurt so bad, and washing my face was so painful and so annoying, and I dreaded doing it because of how much pain I would be in. Just to like, it was terrible. Along with the acne, I also do have very like visible pores in like this area of my face. I've gotten over it. Like there's, you know, I'm sure there's things I can use and things I can do, but I just, you know, and I do have quite a lot of like blackheads around my nose area, but the thing is they're so like deep into my skin that I would have to probably get like a facial to get those removed, which I do want to do at some point. But I have this fear that everything I'm gonna do is just gonna break my skin out. But yeah, so back to the cleansers. The CeraVe Acne Wash was what I started using, and then I wanted to branch out a little bit and try different things. So for a little bit, and this bottle is literally still full, and I should probably throw it out because it's probably like not good anymore. It's literally covered in dust. This Glossy A cleanser concentrate. I don't know, I didn't like it. I didn't like the consistency of it. And it looks really gross. You guys see that? I tried that one, didn't like it. Wasn't very, just didn't work for me. And so then I resorted back to the CeraVe cleanser, which like, hey, if any of these brands want to sponsor me, like, hit me up. I'm gonna put my email in the description if y'all are interested. Yeah, and so I've just been using the CeraVe wash since then, basically. It's been a good 2 years that I've been using it. I've tried the moisturizing wash, but this acne one is just, it works for me, and it keeps my skin, my breakouts aren't as bad, and my skin feels clean after I use it. That's that. And then fast forward to like now, I just recently started using the PanOxyl face wash in combination with this because I don't want to stop using this, but I only use this one at night. And I have noticed a difference. I feel like my skin has cleared up quite a bit, because I did have a pretty bad breakout like a week and a half ago. But I've been using this for almost 2 weeks now, so remind me and I will update you guys on this after a month, I guess. Yeah, so if we go back a little bit to when I first got into skincare, I was a big, I used to like really hype up the Ordinary brand, and I used to use the, can you read that? That's fine. I used to use the niacinamide. I don't use it anymore. I just have this bottle because it's like not empty and I don't want to throw it out. So just, I don't know. I probably should throw it out, but I used to use that. And then for a little bit I used this multi-peptide serum. And their salicylic acid. But I found that at least the niacinamide really clogged my pores, and for a while I thought to myself, it's making my skin clearer, and then I realized that it kind of wasn't making my skin clearer, so I kind of like stopped using it, and then I started using it, and then I stopped again, and then I started again, and now I don't use it at all. Now I kind of don't really have a proper skincare routine. I kind of just do things whenever I want to. Like, I wash my face, but I don't always put products on my skin. Not to say that The Ordinary is bad products, just that they don't work for my personal skin type. So I have I wouldn't say I have like combination skin, but most of the time it's oily. Yeah, so that didn't work wonders for me. Like, it did for a little bit, but then it was kind of just, it wasn't doing anything for me anymore. Then I tried another skincare routine that was a little bit more like natural products. It worked. It definitely helped me clear up a lot of the acne that I was dealing with. But then again, like, I stopped that too, because after a while I noticed that it almost wasn't working anymore, which I know that can happen if you use something too much, so your skin has to take breaks from it. And then now I sometimes, like whenever I feel like it, I use the Paula's Choice toner, which I'm sure everybody has seen this everywhere. And honestly, I have noticed a difference in my skin with this toner. I used it for a little bit, like a year or two ago, and then I just never bought it again because it was a little bit like pricey, and so I was kind of like, do I really need this? So I like didn't. I don't know. I just never bought it again, and then they had like a sale, so I bought it again. And I tried it again, and now I've been using it. Yeah, and then sometimes I actually haven't used this because I felt like it was making me break out, so I stopped. But vitamin E oil is what I would use in combination with this, which I don't know if you should use oil in this, but that's what I personally did because I know vitamin E oil is good for scarring. And so I had a vitamin E oil, but then I ran out, so we bought this. It's just from Winners. It's rosehip and vitamin E hydrating facial oil, but I felt like it was making me break out, so I stopped using it. And so I have to find a vitamin E oil. So every single time we go to Winners, I'm looking for it, but they never have it. And then obviously I started using pimple patches a year ago or 2 years ago. And I used to use the Mighty patches, but they're so expensive and they don't give you a lot when you buy a pack. So I started using the PanOxyl ones because you get so much for a decent price. So they do the same thing. They're all the same. But yeah, and I know a lot of people are going to come to my comment section and try and give me a tip or say that it's the foods I'm eating, because that's what my mom likes to say. She loves to say, it's your diet, it's your diet. And while I think that's true I think it's true to a certain extent. Like, I don't think it's fully true all the time. Like, me personally, I think my acne was definitely, it's very hormonal based, but it's also stress based. So I find when I'm stressed out a lot, I get worse acne. I also want to say that like a lot of this over here, I didn't really have pimples over here. This thing started as I randomly was getting like these scars, and I was so confused because I had never really broken out in my cheek area. I would get them on my chin and I would get them on my forehead, but I had never really gotten them here. And I remember I had gotten up one morning and I was like, what? Like, why are there these scars when I've never had acne on my cheeks? So I still don't know what the answer to that is. And for the record, I've gone to the dermatologist and they all recommend the same thing. Accutane, birth control, they give you some cream that just like dries out your skin like to an extreme crazy amount. And I have tried the creams that they give you. I have never gone on birth control. I have never tried Accutane. I have never tried any sort of medication for my acne. Just because the side effects scare me, and I feel like if it was still really bad to the point of like it hurt to wash my face, then I would say, okay, like, sure, maybe I'll try a round of Accutane, or maybe, like, I don't think I would ever do birth control personally because that's just insane. Birth control is insane. It's insane. I'm sorry. If you're on it and it works for you, happy for you. But I personally, I've thought about it. I have. I'm like, what if? But then I've also seen the other side of things where it's like people get off of it and, well, their acne comes back and all of these. It's just, no, not for me. Don't want to do it. Don't want to try it. None of that. So, yeah. My biggest tip, I would say, is just to, yes, read reviews, but I feel like we have to understand that everything works different for a different person. So somebody might have cystic acne, but their cystic acne might not be because of their hormones. Their cystic acne might be because they're eating foods that aren't good for them and it's causing them to break out. Or their cystic acne might be, they're sleeping on a dirty pillow at night. Or, they're not washing their face, or they're not doing something. Like, everybody gets acne for different reasons, and I feel like reviews, while they can help you to know, do I buy this product, do I not buy it? I feel like the only way to really figure out if something works, for you at least, is just to try it. And I learned that through trying this PanOxyl face wash because I was terrified. I was so scared. Oh my god, I was so scared. I was like, I'm gonna break out and I'm gonna feel ugly and my boyfriend's gonna break up with me. He's not that kind of guy, thankfully. It's great. But like, I was terrified. But we're branching out and we learned that it's okay to try new things. But this was probably a waste of a video. That's fine. So, yeah, that's what I have to say about acne. It goes away when it goes away. It sucks. It does. Trust me, I know. I was literally, like, made fun of on the internet for it. Like, trust me, I've seen my hate comments. There's 3 videos on hate comments if you guys want to go watch that. But, yeah. Alright, guys. I feel like I didn't say all that I wanted to say, but it's okay. Alright. I love you guys so very much, and thank you so much for watching this video. Mwah. And I will see you in the next video.